Hear the tyres protesting there as he just hangs the tail out a little bit. So most of the top runners are in the pits, safe through to the top 10 shootout. Ellen Law, as I said, on the bubble, she's 10th. She's just gone out again. I wonder if she can improve. And Wojciech will try and get in. This man here, Henri Kursin, will try to get in. And sadly, the other British driver, Shane Brereton, didn't make it. So he will have to start all at the back of the grid. 14th place, haven't mentioned Dominic Orsini. And Orsini in the 19 truck in a Mercedes-Benz, the French driver, another of the group of truck racers that are over 50. I think there's 3 or 4 of them. So this is something you can do as you head towards your pension. Here is Ellen Law, say, on the bubble here, and she's got a cushion about 0.8 seconds from Wojciech, with all his experience, and her, of course, with her massive experience too. Just hear that diesel engine revving to probably about 3,000, I suspect. Perfect turn in there, clips the curb. New curbs, of course, at the Hungaroring this year. Track had a major resurface over the winter. It is now a lot less bumpy. There are some markers around, which are penalty markers, that if the trucks hit, then they will, and I think that's one you just saw there in the picture, the orange marker. They will get a penalty if they hit that, or they get a warning first. We'll have it up on our screen. Talking to Norbert Kish, he did say that he thought they'd been very well placed and they shouldn't prove a problem. Ellen Law going out very wide, so she must be pressing hard to try and keep in the top 10. That, I think, she's going to do. Just a handful of seconds before the checkered flag comes out for the first of qualifying sessions. We're bringing you streaming here. And there is Ellen Law, as I said, huge career in motorsport. DTM winner, only lady to do it. There's been quite a lot of ladies racing in the DTM, and then having some good results in the Dakar Rally as well. And there's the man who is trying to get in, Wojciech, in 11th place at the moment. Has he got anything in his turbo tucked away that he can bring out? Czech racing team, we've got a nice operation here. Must say the paddock looks so impressive with all the truck outfits. When we first started, there were some pretty old rough trucks in the paddock, but it's not like that these days. Absolutely superb professionalism for these boys. And I don't think that Wojciech is going to do it. There's the checkered flag. It flies for the end of this 20-minute session. Norbert Kiss on the top of the pile. So it means that the last 5 places on the grid are set. Wojciech will be in 11th place. And then in 12th place will be Henri Kursin. Then it will be the Dutch driver, Dagelvoort, then Orsini, and hopefully the British boys are working on Shane Brereton's truck. Will get it going, the Tour Trucks team, and hopefully he will get to start. It's been very successful, Shane, in Ascar racing and hot rods in the past, but moved up to trucks, but just not working for him this weekend. So there's the 24, didn't make it. So quite a bit to learn from that young man, because he's in a very good team, the Tank Pool 24 team. In fact, he started his racing in something very different to this in minis, in the long distance VLN series at the Nürburgring. But maybe he's having a little difficulty coming to terms with sitting so high up. When we started truck racing, one of our main supporters, and indeed took part in some of the races was a famous disc jockey, sadly no longer with us, Mike Smith, and he came out with a classic comment, said racing a truck is like racing a block of flats. You do sit so high up. So, second of the tank pool 24 trucks not making it into the top 10 shootout. The other one on the provisional pole at the moment, Norbert Kish. They've been working so hard on that. Norbert came up through One Make Racing Championships in Hungary. He won several of them, various different marks, and he moved into truck racing back in 2005 and has been one of the stars ever since. So Norbert Kish, it's spelled K-I-S-S, Kiss, but it's pronounced Kish. So that truck turns off into the paddock. This, of course, is a meeting which also includes sports car racing or GT racing. Indeed, it's a round of the Blancpain Sprint Series. We're looking forward to commentating on that at the moment. So a 10-minute break now, maybe time for me to give you a little bit of history of the circuit first. This Hungaroring, which first held the Hungarian Grand Prix in 1986. The capacity here is about 70,000 people. I'm not sure how many we've got today, but we've got a sizable crowd. So it opened in 1986. But here we've got the times, as I told you, Norbert Kish from Jochen Hahn, Ryan Smith in a promising third place, Janiak, the Frenchman, fourth, Lachko from the Czech Republic, fifth, then Stephanie Harm, Sasha Lenz, Gerd Kurber, Jiri Foreman, and Ellen Luhr. They will go through to the next session, which, as I say, will start in a few minutes. And then Wojciech, Kursim, Nagelwort, Orsini, and Brereton, of course, not getting a time, didn't make it out on the grid as they worked to try and get that truck going properly again. That's almost my view from the commentary position here. We're up at the back of this huge grandstand, and you can see there, maybe in the background, there's all kinds of trucks parked up and lots of promotions going on from different companies. Huge atmosphere here behind me. In fact, it's percolating into the commentary box, a very enthusiastic rock band, and hopefully you might even hear a bit of them over the microphone, they're so loud. So I was just talking to you a little bit about the history of this Hungarian circuit, and the original plan, in fact Bernie Ecclestone's original plan, he wanted a race in Russia first. Let's take a look at some of the trucks. So there's the number one truck of Norbert Kish. This is the Mercedes-Benz of the Tank Pool 24 racing team, which is being developed by Norbert. Bit of help, he says, from Mercedes, not a huge amount. And Mercedes, of course, absolutely dominated truck racing in years gone by. Drivers like Steve Parrish, the former teammate of Barry Sheene at Suzuki. Barry Sheene raced a truck for DAF. He'd had a contract with DAF prior to truck racing starting, and he represented them. Even I remember him winning a race in Australia a long time ago. The former bike world champion, who was record as the last winner of the British Bike Grand Prix, of course, was broken just last weekend. There's the 10 truck, Ellen Luhr, based in Monaco these days. So we get ready then for the shootout, and in fact qualifying started a little late, so they truncated the program and they're off again. Now this is really important now, because we're looking for pole position here out of these 10, and it will be interesting to see what Ryan Smith has up his sleeve, whether Norbert Kish can prove that Mercedes developments really worked, whether Jochen Hahn can be right there, currently second in the championship, or what will Adam Lachko do? He currently leads the championship by just 1 point. As I mentioned, René Reiner, the German is not here this weekend. Norbert Kish currently 4th in the championship on 98 points, but Adam Lacko's on 198. So the championship really is between Lacko and Hahn. Although we're only just going, after this meeting, we'll be just over the halfway point in the series. A lot more races to go. There's Ryan Smith then in the 88, a man from Mansfield in Nottingham. Had no racing experience at all in any other formula before he came into truck racing only 2 years ago, and it's outstanding that he is now right amongst the front runners. A number of British sponsors on that truck. As I said, OXO, the energy drink, is the main sponsor, huge promoter of truck racing, but he has his own sponsors as well. And I don't expect the trucks to do more than 2 or 3 laps in this session. They'll really go for it. Sighting lap, as they say in motorcycle racing, and then a big flying lap, absolutely maximum attack, maximum concentration. And that's what Kish is doing now, and off he goes, and the air horns in the stands blast away, and the fans cheer. And let's see if Kish can get the pole position here. A lot of excitement around this man. He's hugely popular in Hungary. Hungary these days not having too many motor racing stars, so he certainly is one of the big ones. And he almost locks up, almost throws it off, trying so hard, and that will cost Kish a little bit, and that could play into the hands of Hahn. Although a very fast first sector time I'm seeing from Norbert Kish. Here he is, really pushing hard. The Tank Pool 24 hanging the tail out in this Mercedes-Benz. Been working really hard with that new engineer to develop this truck. Quite a bit of black smoke, I know, coming out there. Most of the development is in the engine department. And Kish down at the bottom of this circuit now. This 4.381 kilometre circuit, 2.7 miles. And there you see the 3-pointed star of Mercedes-Benz on the front of the truck. Pushing hard, Norbert Kish, using those new curbs. With a big truck wheel, he can ride over those. But there is Kish in the Tank Pool 24. Silver, red and black machine, pushing for the pole position here. Tyres squealing. In pursuit, Jochen Hahn in the white and blue truck. Hahn, 3 times the champion. Kish, of course, the champion for the past 2 years. Hahn, the champion for the 3 years before that. So they used 2 trucks and raced 5 years. And so Kish has come off the throttle there, has tucked in behind Hahn. And I didn't quite understand why he's done that. I thought he was on a flying lap. And maybe he's had a technical problem. We'll have to wait and see. So it's possible, of course, that when he went all squirrely in that first sector, he thought he'd lost too much time. He might come into the pits, have a rethink, hit the reset button and go out again. But going to have a time now for Jochen Hahn. Could be on the pole for the German, and Hahn does a 2:18.205. That's looking like an impressive time. And Ryan Smith into second place, but it's changing. Janiak now into second. Kish did a 2:26, having aborted the lap. So he'll come out maybe. Remember, there's only 4 minutes left of this session. He'll have to come back onto the racetrack pretty quickly, or maybe didn't go into the pits. I didn't quite see that, but it's Hahn currently on the pole. They've got only maybe the chance to do 2 more laps. There is the Ryan Smith machine, and he's dropped to 4th place. He'll be disappointed with that. The OXO Energy Truck Racing Team in the MAN. Well-known German manufacturer, part of the Volkswagen Audi Group, MAN. Huge supporters of truck racing, been around right from the very beginning. Hard in the lead, Janiak, bit of a surprise. Janiak in second place, only 0.4 of a second behind Hahn. And Stephanie Holm has come up into third place, and she's only 0.1 of a second behind Janiek, so it's everything to play for. And Lacko is only down in 5th place, the man who leads the championship. So that's a surprise. What has Lacko got left? Ryan Smith there. You hear the whistle of the pneumatic gearbox as well as he goes through. They're able to adjust the brake balance in these trucks. No ABS, no traction control. Ryan Smith pushing hard. I wonder what he can do. The man with a huge Che Guevara tattooed on the side of his neck. And, well, I'm not sure if that's inspiring him or not. He climbs up the hill now to complete this lap. And it looks as if he might be on a good one here. And look out for Smith. This will be his first pole if he can do it. Leader of the British Championship. Very much a newcomer in truck racing. Only his 3rd season, but look, Smith is going to cross the line. And Jochen Hahn stays on pole position. Ryan Smith moves up to 2nd with a 2:18.593. Janiak is still 3rd. Just 2 minutes to go, and Kish is down in 10th place without a flying lap. Well, that's a big surprise there. Have to wait to see what happens. So that's one of the stories, certainly. And there is Jochen Hahn. He crosses the line and sticks with 2:18.205. Smith in 2nd place, Janiek in 3rd. And Adam Lacko only in 5th place. Smith still trying hard. I hope he's not going to wear out too many of those tyres. There he is, PT Hire amongst his sponsors. So Smith is still on the hunt, just looking to see. Kish is out on a quick lap. Kish is out on a quick lap, 1st sector. Quicker than Hahn's fastest in the 1st sector. So don't discount Kish. This could be a last-minute effort by number 1, Norbert Kish. The 2014-2015 European Truck Racing Champion, and there he is. Kish on a quick one here that I think might be good enough to grab pole. Just waiting to see his sector 2 time. Ryan Smith has gone purple. That's fastest of all in the 2nd sector. He certainly hasn't given up. Wow, this is a cracking battle for pole position here for these trucks. That one truck pumping out a little bit of diesel. See the smoke, and then he's off the throttle there, trying really hard. And a very good sector 2 time as well. And what about this man? Smith is coming up to finish his lap. Just a little bit off hard. I don't think he's going to make it unless he's been really quick in the final sector. And here he is in the MAN from the Oxo Racing team. And Smith stays in 2nd place. Quicker, he's gone to 0.2 of a second shy of Hahn. Norbert Kish, 4th place, just good enough for 4th. That's about where he's been qualifying most of the season. But at least he didn't finish at the bottom, so the Hungarian fans have got plenty to cheer. Here is Ellen Luhr. So she came into this session 10th, but she is now 7th, ahead of Kerber and Lentz and Jiri Foreman. But Lacko, probably the biggest surprise, only in 6th place. 88 though, Smith under investigation. I suspect he did hit one of those penalty marker cones, so he might lose that lap and slip down the field. We'll have to wait and see. Stewards might take a little while to sort that out. Here's Lacko, or Lachko as you should pronounce it, and Lachko crosses the line, and Lachko stays in 6th place. Janiek is still out there, still in 3rd place. There is Ellen Luhr. And can she improve on that? 7th. Ellen Luhr, no, she stays in 7th. So it's Jochen Hahn from Ryan Smith, Anthony Janiak, Norbert Kish, Stephanie Harm, Adam Lachko, Ellen Lohr, Gerd Kerber, Jerry Foreman and Sasha Lenz. They will be the top 10. And interestingly, Kerber in 8th, and stays in 8th in the race, of course, for the afternoon later race, the second race of the day. He could start in pole position and could be fighting for that with Ellen Lohr, Jerry Foreman. So, a good session there. Jochen Hahn, all that experience, 3 times champion, showed his skill again. Confirmation that he did a 2-minute 18.205. Ryan Smith may lose that time, 0.197 seconds behind Janiak in 3rd. And so, good session. Join us again for the actual races later in the day. But for me, Andrew Marriott, we'll leave you with this top 10 on a very sunny day here at the Hungaroring, and good fun from the Diesel Dicers.